CD1. Unit 1. That's what friends are for. Page 2, Exercise 2. Conversation. Part A. Listen and practice.
Do you have a date for the party yet?
Actually, I don't. Do you think you could help me find one?
What kind of guys do you like?
Oh, I like guys who aren't too serious and who have a good sense of humor. You know, like you.
Okay, what else?
Well, I'd prefer someone I have something in common with, who I can talk to easily.
I think I know just a guy for you. Bob Branson, do you know him?
No, I don't think so.
Let me arrange for you to meet him, and you can tell me what you think.
Page 2, Exercise 2, Part B. Listen to Chris and Kim discussing Bob after Kim met him. How did Kim like him?
So, what's the verdict? What did you think of Bob?
Well, I was worried at first, especially when I saw that he wears not one, but 2 earrings. I thought he might turn out to be one of those guys who are into heavy rock music and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But he's just a regular kind of guy, right?
Yeah, we got along really well.
I just knew you'd like him.
Yeah, I do. And he's really funny. He had me laughing hysterically during dinner. I think the people sitting next to us in the restaurant thought we were crazy.
So, are you two going to get together again?
Definitely. In fact, we're going to a concert tomorrow night.
That's great.
Page 3, Exercise 3. Grammar focus. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns as subjects.
I like people. They aren't too serious. I like people who aren't too serious.
I like people. They have a good sense of humor. I like people that have a good sense of humor.
Relative pronouns as objects.
I'd prefer someone I can talk to him easily. I'd prefer someone who I can talk to easily.
I'd prefer someone. I have something in common with him. I'd prefer someone that I have something in common with.
Page 4, Exercise 5. Listening. What are they like? Part B. Listen to conversations about what the people above are like. Write down 2 adjectives for each person. How similar were your guesses? 1. Andrea.
So, have you seen Andrea lately?
Yeah, I see her pretty often. We work together at Cafe Latte.
How's she doing? I've been meaning to call her.
Well, to be honest, I've always thought she was a little difficult, but these days I find her impossible.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know how she is. She has such strong ideas about everything, and if you don't agree with her, she lets you know what she thinks of you.
Yes, that's true. But that's why we love her, right?
I guess so. But she's changed a lot since she started college. She talks about herself all the time, and she always manages to mention how good she is at everything she does.
Maybe I won't call her after all.
Two. James.
Are you going to James's party on Saturday?
Of course. James always gives the best parties. And there are always lots of interesting new people to meet.
It's true. I don't know where he manages to find them all.
Well, you know what he's like. He makes friends really easily. He really likes talking to people, and he loves inviting people over.
He invited me for dinner last Saturday. What a feast.
Yeah, he's a great cook, too.
After dinner, I offered to help clean up, and he told me not to worry about it. He said he'd take care of it in the morning. He was like, "It's nothing. No big deal."
Yep, that sounds like James.
3. Mr. Johnson.
Have you met the new apartment manager?
Mr. Johnson? Yeah. I met him last week. He's a little strange.
Yeah, he is. I'm not sure I like him. He's hard to predict. Sometimes he's pretty cheerful and talkative, and the next day he doesn't even say hello.
I think he must have personal problems or something.
I think you're right. And if you notice that half the time when he says he's going to do something, he never actually does it. He told me 3 times he'd come to fix the light in my kitchen, and he still hasn't done it.
Page 5, Exercise 8. Conversation. Roommates. Part A. Listen and practice.
Hello?
Hi, my name's Jim Hunt. I'm calling about the ad for a roommate.
Oh, right.
Are you still looking for someone?
Yes, we are.
Oh, good. I'm really interested.
Well, there are 4 of us, and it's a fairly small house, so we want someone who's easy to get along with.
I'm pretty easygoing.
Great. So can I ask you a few fairly straightforward questions about yourself?
No problem. I like it when people are direct.
Page 5, Exercise 8, Part B. Think of 3 questions that Dave might ask Jim. Then listen to the rest of the conversation. What questions did Dave ask?
What do you do, Jim?
Oh, well, I've had a lot of different jobs, but I'm not working right now.
Oh?
Yeah, I got fired from my last job about 6 months ago, so I've been looking for something else. I haven't been very lucky so far.
Uh-huh. Well, the rent here is $1,200 a month. That's $300 a month for each person.
Oh,
Will you have enough money to pay the rent every month?
yeah, I probably will, if I can find a job.
Yeah. Look, where are you living now?
Well, I've been staying with a friend for the past couple of weeks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's asked me to leave by Friday, so I really need to find a place to live. I've had to move 4 times in the past year, and, well...
Listen, Jim, I appreciate your telling me about yourself. I like it when people are honest with me. Anyway, I have to talk to my other roommates about this, and I'll give you a call tomorrow to let you know what we decide. Why don't you give me your number?
Sure, it's 223-5...
Page 6, Exercise 9. Pronunciation. Emphatic stress. Part A. Listen and practice. Words that show you feel strongly about something have higher pitch and additional stress.
I love it when a friend takes me out to dinner.
I can't stand it when someone talks during a movie.
I think it's disgusting when people steal things from restaurants.
Page 6, Exercise 9, Part B. Mark the emphatic stress in these sentences. Then listen and check.
It bothers me when I get a phone call before 8 a.m.
I hate it when people are rude to me on the subway.
Page 6, Exercise 10. Grammar focus. Clauses containing it, with adverbial clauses.
I like it when people are direct.
I don't mind it when people are straightforward with me.
I can't stand it when people aren't honest with me.
It bothers me when people aren't reliable.
It really upsets me when people arrive late for appointments.
Unit 2, Career Moves. Page 8, Exercise 2. Conversation. Job fair. Part A. Listen and practice.
Wow, there's so many jobs to choose from. What do you think?
Working in the media could be fun. There's TV, newspapers, the internet.
Well, let's look. How about this? You could be a TV news director.
Are you kidding? Directing the news would be nerve-wracking.
Well, writing for a magazine must be exciting. How about that?
No, I'm really more interested in working with computers. Hey, look, designing interactive media. I'd like that.
Designing interactive media. It sounds interesting, but what is it?
Page 8, Exercise 2, Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What does an interactive media designer do? Does it sound interesting to you? Why? Or why not?
Well, my cousin designs interactive media, and from what she tells me, it sounds kind of interesting. She's involved with designing all the different media that go into an interactive CD-ROM. You know, sound, video, and graphics.
Uh-huh.
There's actually a lot more to it than you would think. She works with computer graphics and special effects, and also in filming video material to include in CD-ROMs. And then she has to develop what they call the User Interface Navigation System.
The User Interface Navigation System. Now, what is that?
Well, that's what lets the user interact with all the different elements of the program. That's really the key to an effective CD-ROM.
If you say so. It sounds pretty complicated to me, but you already seem to know a lot about it. Maybe you should be an interactive media designer.
Maybe.
Page 9, Exercise 3, Grammar Focus, Gerund Phrases. Gerund phrases as subjects.
Working in the media could be fun.
Directing the news would be nerve-wracking.
Designing interactive media seems challenging.
Working with computers sounds interesting.
Gerund phrases as objects.
I'd love working in the media.
I would hate directing the news.
I wouldn't like designing interactive media.
I'm interested in working with computers.
Page 11, Exercise 7, Conversation, Summer Jobs. Part A. Listen and practice.
Good news. I found a summer job.
That's great. Anything interesting?
Yes, working at an amusement park. Doesn't that sound fantastic?
Sure, it does.
So, have you found anything?
Nothing yet, but I've got a couple of leads. One is working as an intern for a record company, mostly answering phones. Or I can get a landscaping job again.
Being an intern sounds more interesting than landscaping, and it's probably not as hard.
Yeah, but a landscaper earns more money than an intern, and you get a great tan.
Page 11, Exercise 7, Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What is Tracy going to do at the amusement park?
So what will you be doing at the amusement park exactly?
Actually, I'll have two jobs. First, I'll be working at a place called Children's World. They have all kinds of interesting games and educational activities for young kids. I have to go to a training program for 3 days before I start to find out how everything works.
3 days? Wow, the equipment must be pretty high-tech.
Oh, it is. A lot of computers and interesting devices. It's just the kind of stuff that kids love.
Well, it sounds like the perfect job for you. I know how much you love kids. So what's your other job?
Well, I'll also be one of the people who walks around the park greeting people.
Do you mean you'll have to dress up in a costume?
Yes, as a cartoon character. I know. It sounds silly, and it's certainly not as rewarding as working in Children's World, but it's part of the job.
Page 11, Exercise 8, Grammar Focus, Comparisons.
A landscaper earns more than an intern. An intern doesn't earn as much as a landscaper.
An intern has better hours than a landscaper. A landscaper has worse hours than an intern.
A landscaper is better paid than an intern. An intern is not as well paid as a landscaper.
Being an intern is more interesting than landscaping. Landscaping is less interesting than being an intern.
Landscaping is harder than being an intern. Being an intern is not as hard as landscaping.
Page 12. Exercise 9. Pronunciation. Sentence stress. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice the stress in these sentences.
Working at an amusement park is more fun than being a babysitter.
Babysitting is not as well paid as tutoring.
Being a tutor is just as hard as working as a counselor.
Page 12, Exercise 9, Part B. Listen again to the sentences from the grammar box in Exercise 8. Mark the stressed words and then practice the sentences.
A landscaper earns more than an intern. An intern doesn't earn as much as a landscaper.
An intern has better hours than a landscaper. A landscaper has worse hours than an intern.
A landscaper is better paid than an intern. An intern is not as well paid as a landscaper.
Being an intern is more interesting than landscaping. Landscaping is less interesting than being an intern.
Landscaping is harder than being an intern. Being an intern is not as hard as landscaping.
Page 12, Exercise 10. Listening. Part A. Listen to Carlos, Paul, and Julia talking about their summer jobs. Where does each person work? Write the correct name under each picture. Carlos.
So where are you working this summer, Carlos?
I'm working as a tutor in a learning center for kids.
Interesting. What kinds of things do the kids do there?
They work on subjects they need help in, mainly math and English.
Is your job hard?
No, not at all. The kids work on computers most of the time. We have to help them get started and when they run into problems.
Do you enjoy it?
Oh, yes. Working with kids is so much more fun than working with adults. And I get to choose my own hours. As long as I work 8 hours a day, I can come in at any time from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Lucky you.
Paul.
Paul, did you find a summer job yet?
Yeah, I'm working in a restaurant.
Oh, how's it going?
The money's not bad.
What are you doing? Are you waiting tables?
I wish. No, I'm working in the kitchen. I cut up stuff for the chef, vegetables and meat and things. I also wash the dishes.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah, it's pretty hard work. I didn't realize how hot it is in a restaurant kitchen until I took this job.
So why don't you quit?
I'd love to, but I need the money.
Julia.
So what kind of job did you find for the summer?
I'm working for a marketing company. I'm doing telephone marketing.
Oh, so you're one of those people who drives me crazy by calling me up and trying to persuade me to buy something that I have absolutely no need for.
Exactly.
Do you like it?
Believe it or not, I do. It's mostly a bunch of students working there, and we have a lot of fun when we're not making calls. It's really easy, too, since we just have to read from a script.
Are you doing this full time?
Yes, but I work from 2 in the afternoon until 11 at night, so I get to sleep as late as I want to in the morning.
Page 12, Exercise 10, Part B. Listen again. Do Carlos, Paul, and Julia like their jobs? Why? Or why not? Take notes. Carlos.
So where are you working this summer, Carlos?
I'm working as a tutor in a learning center for kids.
Interesting. What What kinds of things do the kids do there?
They work on subjects they need help in, mainly math and English.
Is your job hard?
No, not at all. The kids work on computers most of the time. We have to help them get started and when they run into problems.
Do you enjoy it?
Oh, yes. Working with kids is so much more fun than working with adults. And I get to choose my own hours. As long as I work 8 hours a day, I can come in at any time from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Lucky you.
Paul.
Paul, did you find a summer job yet?
Yeah, I'm working in a restaurant.
Oh, how's it going?
The money's not bad.
What are you doing? Are you waiting tables?
I wish. No, I'm working in the kitchen. I cut up stuff for the chef, vegetables and meat and things. I also wash the dishes.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah, it's pretty hard work. I didn't realize how hot it is in a restaurant kitchen until I took this job.
So why don't you quit?
I'd love to, but I need the money.
Julia.
So what kind of job did you find for the summer?
I'm working for a marketing company. I'm doing telephone marketing.
Oh, so you're one of those people who drives me crazy by calling me up and trying to persuade me to buy something that I have absolutely no need for.
Exactly.
Do you like it?
Believe it or not, I do. It's mostly a bunch of students working there, and we have a lot of fun when we're not making calls. It's really easy, too, since we just have to read from a script.
Are you doing this full time?
Yes, but I work from 2 in the afternoon until 11 at night, so I get to sleep as late as I want to in the morning.
Unit 3. Could you do me a favor? Page 14. Exercise 2. Conversation. Part A. Listen and practice.
Hi, Rod. This is Jack.
Oh, hi, Jack. What's up?
I'm going to my best friend's wedding this weekend. I'd love to videotape it. Would you mind if I borrowed your video camera?
Yeah. That's okay, I guess. I don't think I'll need it for anything.
Thanks a million.
Sure. Have you used the video camera before? It's pretty easy.
Yeah, a couple of times. Would it be okay if I picked it up on Friday night?
Fine. No problem.
Page 14. Exercise 2. Part B. Listen to 2 more telephone calls Jack makes. What else does he want to borrow from friends? Do they agree to lend them to him? 1.
Hello?
Hi, Andy. This is Jack.
Oh, hi, Jack.
I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
That depends.
Well, I have to go to a wedding this weekend. Would it be okay if I borrowed your navy blue suit?
Oh, sure. No problem.
Thanks a lot. I'll come by and pick it up tonight.
That's fine.
Two.
Rose Rizzo.
Hi, Rose. This is Jack.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks. Listen, the reason I'm calling is I have a really big favor to ask you.
Yes?
Remember I told you about that friend of mine who's getting married to a woman he met in Barcelona?
Yeah, I remember. And?
Well, the wedding's this Saturday afternoon, and it's out in the country, about an hour's drive from here. And I was wondering if I could borrow your car for the afternoon to get there.
Gee, Jack, I'd really love to help you out, but I'm gonna be needing my car all weekend. I've got a friend coming in from out of town, and I promised to show her the sights.
Oh, okay. I understand. Anyway, how are things? I haven't seen you for ages.
Well, pretty good.
Page 15. Exercise 3. Grammar focus. Requests with modals and if clauses. Less formal requests are more direct than more formal requests. The past tense is used in an if clause when would is used in the main clause. Would you mind can be followed by an if clause or a gerund.
Can I borrow your pencil?
Could you please lend me a suit?
Is it okay if I use your phone?
Do you mind if I use your CD player?
Would it be okay if I used your fax machine?
Would you mind if I borrowed your video camera?
Would you mind letting me borrow your laptop?
I wonder if I could borrow $100.
I was wondering if you'd mind lending me your car.
Page 16. Exercise 4. Pronunciation. Blended consonants. Part A. Listen and practice. When the sounds t, d, k, g, p, and b come at the end of a word, and the next word begins with a consonant, the ending consonant is blended with the beginning consonant.
Ask Bob to sit behind me.
Do you want that newspaper?
I don't like to ask people for money.
Could you take this book back to Jack?
Page 16, Exercise 5. Listening. Part A. Listen to 3 telephone conversations. Write down what each caller requests. Does the other person agree to the request? Check yes or no. 1. Tina.
Hello?
Hi, Robert. This is Tina.
Hi, Tina. What's up?
Well, actually, I was wondering if you'd mind lending me your camera for a few days. I want to take some photos of my new apartment to send to my folks.
Sure, you can borrow it.
Oh, thanks a million.
2. Mike.
Hi, Sandy. This is Mike.
Oh, hi. How are things with you?
Pretty good. Listen, I was wondering if I could use your video game system over the weekend.
You mean my Sony PlayStation?
Yeah. My sisters asked me to take care of my niece and nephew over the weekend. They're 6 and 8, and I thought it would be a great way to keep them busy.
Well, that's a good idea. Kids that age love video games. But, well, I have bad news. My machine isn't working. I've been meaning to take it in to get fixed, but I haven't gotten around to it.
Oh, too bad.
But you know, you can always rent one. Most video stores have machines to rent. You just have to leave a deposit.
Oh, perfect. I'll do that. Thanks, Sandy.
No problem.
3. Phil.
Hi, Greg. It's Phil.
Hi, what's up?
Not much, but I was wondering if I could ask you for a favor.
Maybe. Try me.
Well, I have to go out of town for a few days next week.
Uh-huh.
Could I leave Polly with you while I'm gone?
Polly? Who's Polly?
You know, Polly, my bird.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Your bird. I don't know, Phil. I really don't like birds very much. They're messy, and they make a lot of noise, and...
No, not Polly. She's really a great bird. She's really clean and very quiet. She won't bother you, I promise.
All right, I'll do it.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. I'll bring her over on Tuesday night.
Okay, but you owe me one.
Page 17, Exercise 8. Conversation. Part A. Listen and practice.
Hello?
Hello. May I speak to Sophia, please?
I'm sorry, she's not in right now. Would you like to leave a message?
Yes, please. This is Jeff. Would you tell her that Tony is having a party on Saturday?
Uh-huh.
And would you ask her if she'd like to go with me?
All right, Peter, I'll give her the message.
No, this is Jeff, not Peter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
By the way, who's Peter?
Page 17, Exercise 8, Part B. Listen to Amy talking to Sophia. Who is Peter? Is Sophia going to go to the party with Jeff?
Hi, I'm home.
Oh, hi.
Did anyone call?
Uh-huh. Your old friend Peter called a few hours ago. He's going to be in town on Saturday and wants to get together with you Saturday night. He said to call him.
Oh, super. I haven't seen Peter in almost a year. Any other calls?
Yeah. Jeff called. He wants to know if you want to go to Tony's party with him.
Oh, when is Tony's party?
On Saturday.
Oh, perfect. That's the same night I'm going to get together with Peter, so I have an excuse not to go. Well, even if I weren't going out with Peter, I wouldn't go anywhere with Jeff. Oh, he's such a pain.
Oh, he didn't sound so bad. He sounded kind of sweet.
Yeah, I guess he is. It's just that I don't want to go out with him, and he just doesn't seem to get the message. Oh, do me a favor, Amy. If he calls again, could you just tell him I'm not home?
Okay.
Page 18, Exercise 9. Grammar focus. Indirect requests. Statements and indirect requests introduced by that.
Sophia, Tony is having a party. Could you tell Sophia that Tony is having a party?
Imperatives and indirect requests using infinitives.
Sophia, call me at 5. Would you ask Sophia to call me at 5?
Jeff, don't be late. Can you tell Jeff not to be late?
Yes/no questions and indirect requests introduced by whether or if with statement word order.
Sophia, are you free on Friday? Can you ask Sophia if she's free on Friday?
Sophia, do you have my number? Could you ask her whether she has my number?
Amy, will you be at the party? Please ask Amy whether she'll be at the party.
WH questions and indirect requests introduced by a question word with statement word order.
Jeff, when does the party start? Can you ask Jeff when the party starts?
Sophia, when should I pick you up? Could you ask Sophia when I should pick her up?
Tony, what should we bring? Would you ask Tony what we should bring?
Unit 4. What a Story. Page 20, Exercise 2. Conversation. Storytelling. Part A. Listen and practice.
What an awful story. A couple was sailing their yacht from Hawaii to Mexico. While they were crossing the Pacific, their boat hit a whale and sank.
Is that true? What happened to the whale?
It doesn't say. Oh, and here's another one. A guy in Los Angeles was robbing a bank, but as he was escaping, he got caught in the revolving door.
I guess it was his first bank robbery.
Yeah. Oh, and listen to this. Some guy got locked out of his house, so he tried to get in through the chimney.
Don't tell me. He got stuck in the chimney.
Exactly. And he was still trying to get out 2 days later when the police rescued him.
Page 21, Exercise 3. Pronunciation. Intonation in complex sentences. Listen and practice. Each clause in a complex sentence has its own intonation pattern.
While they were crossing the Pacific, their boat hit a whale and sank.
As he was escaping from the bank, the robber got caught in the revolving door.
He was trying to get out of the chimney when the police rescued him.
Page 21, Exercise 4. Grammar focus. Past continuous and simple past. Use the past continuous for an ongoing action in the past. Use the simple past for an event that interrupts that action.
While they were crossing the Pacific, their boat hit a whale and sank.
As he was escaping from the bank, the robber got caught in the revolving door.
He was trying to get out of the chimney when the police rescued him.
Page 22, Exercise 5. Listening. News broadcasts. Part A. Listen to news broadcasts about 3 events. Take notes about each event. 1.
A man who considered himself a snake charmer was strangled to death on Sunday by a 3.5-meter boa constrictor in a town in Thailand. It seems that the man rushed to see the giant snake after friends told him the serpent was seen beside one of the town's main roads. The snake charmer put it around his neck. While he and his friends were walking home, the snake strangled him to death.
2.
2 teenage girls who disappeared from a ship were found alive and well. The girls turned up on Friday near a small town on the northeast coast of Australia. The girls said they were visiting a friend on the ship and fell asleep in their friend's cabin. When they woke up, the ship was heading for Singapore, so they decided to jump off the ship and swim to shore. They found themselves on a deserted part of the Australian coast and had to walk over 100 miles to the nearest town.
3.
Early Tuesday morning in California, 2 police officers who were pursuing a car thief down Hollywood Boulevard in a high-speed chase were rescued by the thief. During the chase, the officer's car overturned and fell into a shallow river. The officers couldn't get out of the car, which was rapidly filling up with water. The thief went back to the scene of the accident and helped rescue the officers. The Hollywood Police Department has decided to drop charges against the thief for saving the officers' lives.
Page 23, Exercise 8. Conversation. Part A. Listen and practice.
Someone stole my wallet last night.
Oh, no. What happened?
Well, I was working out and I had put my stuff in my locker just like I always do. When I came back, someone had stolen my wallet. I guess I'd forgotten to lock the locker.
I'm sorry. That's terrible. Did you lose much money?
Only about $20, but I lost my credit card and my driver's license. What a pain.
Page 23, Exercise 8, Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What did Kate have stolen once? Where was she? What happened?
That reminds me of when I had my purse stolen last year.
Really? What happened?
Well, it was when I was in Belgium. I was on my way to the airport, so I was standing on the side of the road with my bags, trying to figure out the bus schedule. Anyway, this bunch of guys came by and asked if they could help me. They spoke very broken English, and I couldn't really understand what they were saying. I really just wanted them to leave me alone. Finally, they left, and when I looked down, I realized my purse had disappeared. It had my wallet in it with all my traveler's checks and my money and my credit card. Well, luckily, I'd put my airline ticket and my passport in one of my carry-on bags.
How awful. So what did you do?
Well, first I screamed at the top of my lungs and tried to run after the guys, but they were long gone. Then, well, this sounds really corny, I did just what I'd seen people do on TV. I called my credit card company.
Were they helpful?
They were lifesavers. In no time at all, they'd given me new traveler's checks and a new credit card and sent me on my way.
Page 23, Exercise 9. Grammar focus. Past perfect. Use the past perfect for an event that occurred before another event or time period in the past.
I was working out, and I had put my wallet in my locker. When I came back, someone had stolen my wallet. They were able to steal it because I had forgotten to lock the locker.
Review of Units 1 to 4. Page 26. Exercise 2. Listening. Favorite gripes. Part A. Listen to two people discussing these topics. Complete the chart. 1. Taxi drivers.
It really upsets me when taxi drivers drive so fast. I'm always terrified of having an accident.
That doesn't really bother me. I like to get where I'm going quickly. But I can't stand it when they have their radios turned up all the way full blast. You can't even hear yourself think.
Two. People with dogs.
I hate it when people take their dogs into a park and let them make messes all over the place. It's so irresponsible.
You know what bothers me? I hate it when they go out and leave their dog at home, barking all day.
Three. TV commercials.
Skillet. You can get a Scooby Skillet with a non-stick finish with step-away handle section or a tiptoe...
I can't stand it when they show the same commercial twice in a row. Why do they do that? It drives me crazy.
The thing that bothers me the most is when they interrupt a ball game at the most exciting moment to show some stupid commercial.
Four. Store clerks.
See the game today? Yeah.
It really upsets me when store clerks pretend they haven't noticed you and just stand around chatting to each other. It's so rude.
Yeah, or, on the other hand, they give you the hard sell and try to get you to buy something you don't really want.
Page 27. Exercise 4. Listening. Asking favors. Listen and check the best response. 1.
Ted, I wonder if you'd mind lending me your camera on Saturday. I'm going to a wedding.
2.
Amy, would you tell Antonio I'm sorry, but I can't play tennis with him on Sunday. I'm taking my sister to the airport.
3.
Would it be okay if I kept your stereo for a few more days? Mine still isn't back from being repaired.
4.
Would you mind lending me $50 till the weekend? I'm short of cash this week.
5. Crossing Cultures. Page 28. Exercise 1. Conversation. Part A. Listen and practice.
I hear Maggie is going to work in India.
India? Wow. I hear it's a beautiful place, but I don't think I could ever live there.
Why not?
Well, it's too far from home. I'd miss my family.
I don't think I'd mind moving to a foreign country. The language is the only thing that I'd be worried about.
Yeah, but wouldn't you miss your friends?
Sure, for a while. But I'd make new ones.
You certainly sound very confident.
You know, actually there is one thing I'd miss.
What's that?
My dog.
Page 29. Exercise 3. Grammar focus. Noun phrases. These noun phrases contain a relative clause.
The language is one thing that I'd be worried about. One thing that I'd be worried about is the language.
My dog is the thing that I'd miss the most. The thing that I'd miss the most is my dog.
My mom's cooking is something that I'd really miss. Something that I'd really miss is my mom's cooking.
Page 29. Exercise 4. Pronunciation. Key words. Part A. Listen and practice. The words that carry the most important information in a sentence are usually stressed.
Argentina is a country that I'd like to live in.
The thing I'd be most worried about is the food.
The person that I'd miss the most is my father.
Page 29, Exercise 5. Listening. Part B. Listen to a radio broadcast by journalist James Fallows, who talks about some of his experiences in Japan. 1. What is the most difficult thing about learning a foreign language? 2. Why is he able to read more books in Japan? 3. What other advantages does he mention?
Language is taken for granted, unless, of course, you're trying to learn one that isn't your own. Commentator James Fallows has discovered that living in another country can create barriers to communication that are limiting in some ways and liberating in others.
Right now, you're listening to the radio, but I bet you're doing something else, too. Getting dressed, finishing your breakfast, leafing through the paper, driving to work. That is, you're enjoying the luxury of operating in your own familiar language, which your brain can handle so easily that it has plenty of power left to supervise the other things that you do. Here in Japan, I've been in exile from that comfortable world. If I want to make any sense whatever of the sounds coming out of the radio, the TV speaker, or someone else's mouth, I have to concentrate my complete attention on that task. There's no brain power to spare for anything else, including walking or chewing gum. I've become a man who can do exactly one thing at a time. This predicament has its good and bad sides. The bad part is a certain narrowing, to put it mildly, of the information flowing into my life. You take in information as if you were drinking from a big beer stein. For me, it's like sucking through a tiny clogged straw. But the good part is the same enforced need to concentrate. I may do only one thing at a time now, but I do that thing very intently. One of the things I've begun doing most seriously is to read books all the way through. Of course, we all read books in America, too, but precisely because of the other distractions, it's often hard to stick with them. Reviews, excerpts, TV interviews take the place of actual books. But here, with my one-track mind and my exhausted need to retreat into English, there's nothing to keep me from finishing a book once I get started. I have the added plus of spending 3 to 4 hours each day on the Tokyo train system, which, when it's not so crowded that I can't raise my arms, lets me go through several books a week. Indeed, thanks to the train, I am the only person on Earth actually to have read Paul Kennedy's famous Rise and Fall of the Great Powers book. This whole book environment changes your worldview, making you more deeply but more spottily informed. I find that I have become more patient with long-winded explanations and less likely to cut somebody else off and make him get to his point. There are problems with this perspective too, I'm sure, but right now my brain can't handle thinking what they might be.
This report was originally broadcast on National Public Radio on Morning Edition and is reproduced with permission of National Public Radio. Any unauthorized duplication is prohibited.
Page 31, Exercise 8. Conversation. Part A. Listen and practice.
Guess what? I just got invited to my teacher's house for dinner.
Oh, how nice.
Yes, but what do you do when you're invited to someone's house here?
Well, it's the custom to bring a small gift.
Really? Like what?
Oh, maybe some flowers or dessert.
And is it all right to bring a friend along?
Well, if you want to bring someone, you're expected to call first and ask if it's okay.
Page 31, Exercise 9. Grammar focus. Expectations.
When you visit someone, you're supposed to bring a small gift.
When you visit someone, you aren't supposed to arrive early.
If you want to bring someone, you're expected to call first and ask.
If you want to bring someone, it's the custom to check with the host.
If you want to bring someone, it's not acceptable to arrive without calling first.
Page 32, Exercise 10. Listening. Unique customs. Listen to 3 people describing unique customs they observed while traveling. Complete the chart. 1. Alice.
One thing that I never really got used to when I was traveling in Asia was the way people make noise when they drink soup. I think it's because they want to show that they're really enjoying their food, so they make a loud slurping noise. It always bothered me. I guess it's because my parents spent years when I was a kid telling me not to make noise while I was eating.
2. Mark.
When I lived in Spain, I was surprised at how late people eat in the evening. When you're invited to dinner, you're asked to come around 9 o'clock, and you usually don't start dinner until 10. And people stay terribly late, sometimes until 2 in the morning or even later. I found it difficult. How does one get up and go to work or school the next day after eating and drinking until 3 in the morning?
3. Susan.
I lived in the Middle East for a while, and when I went out, I had to obey the local custom of wearing something over my head and wearing a dress that covered my whole body. At first, I found it a real nuisance, but after a while, I got used to it and even started to like it. You feel really secure, and also, you don't have to worry about what to wear all the time.
6. What's wrong with it? Page 34, Exercise 2. Conversation. Part A. Listen and practice.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to return this jacket.
Is there something the matter with it?
Yes, I didn't notice when I bought it, but there are a few problems. First, it has a tear in the lining.
Actually, it's torn in several places.
And some of the buttons are very loose. This one came off, in fact, and there's a stain on the collar.
I'm really sorry about this. Would you like to exchange it for another one?
Well, to be honest, I don't think this jacket's very well made. I'd rather get a refund.
I understand. Do you have the receipt?
Page 35, Exercise 3. Grammar focus. Describing problems with past participles as adjectives.
The jacket lining is torn.
The collar of the jacket is stained.
The car is damaged in the back.
The furniture is scratched.
The glass is cracked.
The pipe is leaking.
With nouns.
It has a tear in it. There's a hole in it.
It has a stain on the collar.
It has some damage in the back.
There are a lot of scratches on it.
There's a crack in it.
It has a leak in it.
Page 36, Exercise 4. Listening. Fair exchange. Listen to 3 customers returning items they purchased. Complete the chart. 1.
Can I help you?
Yes, I bought this briefcase here last week, but there's something wrong with the lock. I can't get it to close properly.
Let me see. Yes, I see what you mean. The lock seems to be jammed or something. No problem. I'll get you another one. Sorry about that.
Two.
Hi.
Yes?
I wonder if you could take a look at these shoes I bought here. They're pretty new, but they seem to be falling apart.
Oh, let me see. Yes, this doesn't look right. The stitching is coming out. How long did you say you've had them?
Only about a month. Here's the receipt.
Yes. Well, let me exchange these for you. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Three.
Excuse me. Yes? How can I help you?
You see this shirt? I bought it here a few weeks ago, but the first time I washed it, the color changed. It went from bright red to light pink.
How did you wash it?
Well, I just tossed it into the washing machine with my other clothes.
What temperature did you use?
I usually wash my clothes in hot water, so I guess hot.
Well, did you check the washing instructions?
Maybe not.
Well, you see here on this label? It says wash in cold water only. So I'm really sorry, but since you didn't follow the washing instructions, I can't really do anything for you.
Page 36, Exercise 6, Conversation. Part A. Listen and practice.
Hello?
Hello, Ms. Locke. This is Jack Burr.
Mr. Burr, in apartment 205?
No, in apartment 305.
Oh, yes. What can I do for you? Does your refrigerator need fixing again?
No, it's the oven this time.
Oh, so what's wrong with it?
Well, I think the temperature control needs to be checked. Everything I try to cook gets burned.
Really? Okay, I'll have someone look at it right away.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Locke.
By the way, Mr. Burr, are you sure it's the oven and not your cooking?
Page 36, Exercise 6, Part B. Listen to another tenant calling Ms. Locke. What's the tenant's problem?
Hello?
Hello, is this the manager?
Yes, this is Miss Locke.
This is Mrs. Harris in apartment 216.
Yes, how can I help you, Mrs. Harris?
I'm having a problem.
What sort of problem?
With the electricity?
What sort of problem with the electricity?
Well, I don't seem to have any.
I see. Do you mean for the lights, or is it the appliances, too?
Let me check. No, the refrigerator is okay, so it must be just the lights.
I guess something must be wrong with the fuse box. I'll come up and have a look at it right away.
Thanks so much.
Page 37, Exercise 7, Grammar Focus. Need, with passive infinitives and gerunds. Need plus passive infinitive.
The refrigerator needs to be fixed.
The temperature control needs to be checked.
Need plus gerund.
It needs fixing.
It needs checking.
Page 38, Exercise 9, Pronunciation. Contrastive stress. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice how the second speaker stresses the words he is contrasting.
Are you calling about the bedroom fan?
No, I'm calling about the kitchen fan.
Are you calling about the bedroom window?
No, the bedroom door.
Page 38, Exercise 9, Part B. Mark the words that have contrastive stress in these conversations. Listen and check. Then practice the sentences. 1.
Did you need 2 light bulbs?
No, I asked for 3 light bulbs.
2.
Does your television need to be repaired?
No, my telephone needs to be repaired.
Page 38, Exercise 10. Listening. Repair jobs. Listen to 3 repair people talking about their jobs. Complete the chart. 1. Joe.
I work in the watch repair center at a large department store. I repair all kinds of watches, but nowadays most of them are pretty easy to fix because they all run on batteries. The most common problem is they need a new battery. Since that only takes a minute or so to fix, I always have plenty of time to tell my watch jokes, like this one. What time is it when an elephant sits on your watch? Time to buy a new watch. And here's another one. What time is it when the big hand is pointing?
2. Louise.
I repair luggage, mostly suitcases. People spend a lot of money on luggage, and often all it takes is one flight for a suitcase to get damaged. The most typical problem, I guess, is the wheels. I fix the wheels on about 20 suitcases a week. It's not surprising, really, with the way those baggage handlers at the airport throw around people's luggage. You'd think they were playing ball the way they throw suitcases around here and there.
3. Sam.
I repair household appliances. The most frequent calls I get are from people who are having trouble with the garbage disposal system in their kitchen. Usually the thing gets jammed because the people have put too much food into it at one time, or something metal or plastic has fallen down into it. It's usually pretty easy to fix a garbage disposal, but every once in a while you run into situations that aren't exactly typical. One time, a little girl had put her Barbie doll down into the disposal. She thought Barbie would enjoy the ride. She couldn't get the doll back out again, and she was afraid to tell her mother what she'd done. So when the mother went to use the disposal, it made a horrible noise and then died. And so did Barbie.